What's up, guys? It's your main man Richie Rich, Coach Babs, and welcome to the Think Strong Be Strong channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. Thanks for joining. What I'd advise you, or I'd ask you to do, is take that like button over there, keep tapping it repeatedly until your thumb gets tired, and then also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Also, if you are a returning avid listener, welcome back. It's been a hot minute, but we're still here. So, without further ado, let's get to it, shall we? Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. So, when I was younger, I grew up I grew up being told that there wasn't stress. And we're going to talk about stress and how I deal with stress and how it may help you deal with stress. So growing up, we were led to believe that there is no such thing as stress. You are just not handling whatever it is you're going through properly. The situation doesn't have a mouth, so therefore it doesn't have a brain, so therefore it can't be smarter than you, so it shouldn't be able to beat you. So there wasn't such thing as stress per se. You just had to handle things better. As I got older, I became a victim of stress. And I use the term victim not because people who are stressed out are victims, but that's just how I saw it for myself. And I allowed a lot of things to get on top of me, a lot, and let my mind be so cumbersome with so many thoughts, even things that I can't even deal with there and then. I can't even deal with in the next year or so, but I allowed it to really, really just weigh on my mind. But as I've gotten older, the way I choose to deal with stress now is a lot easier. And that is simply because I've learned to separate my feelings from the situation that I'm dealing with. Now, this is not some Zen Buddhist Tai Chi situation. This is simply deal with what you can deal with, and what you can't deal with, leave it till later. Easier said than done, you're going to say. But it really isn't easier said than done. You see, I feel the problem I had was letting go of the situation that I can't deal with and only focusing on what I can deal with. You see, the things that you can deal with are the things that are in the here and right now. Like, if this is empty, I can throw it in the bin. I can deal with that. If it's going to be finished in the next few days, there is nothing I can do until the next few days. Like, there is no point in thinking about it. There's no point in letting it, dwell on my mind. The point of the matter is, in the next few days is when I'm going to be able to deal with that. In the meantime, what I can do is I can decide to go to the store and purchase another one and have it at the back of the cupboard. So when this finishes, I just throw that away and I take out the new one that I've bought. Now, not everything is going to be as straightforward as buying another bottle of cocoa butter. But the thing is, I believe for me, it is stressing about the things that are, one, either inevitable, it's going to happen whether I like it or not, or two, there is nothing I can do about it right now because it is not happening now. So that part's easy. What about the multiple things that are going on right now in life, and how are you going to deal with those kind of stressful situations? For a start, let's not call them stressful situations. Instead, let's call them, my favorite phrase, which everybody knows me for now, character building situations. Okay, these are character building moments. And the thing is, And the honest thing is, and the obvious thing is, you can't deal with everything at the same time. What you can do is deal with one thing at time, one at a time. We tell our children this when they're young. We're like, one at a time. We tell them, just focus on that first. When you finish that, we'll do the other part afterwards. So if we tell our children that, and if we were taught that from young, one at a time, why are we not doing it now as we're older? You know, we don't have to be juggling so many things at once. You can set up a lot of things for later, but the truth of the matter is, you only want to focus on what's going on right now. So, first tip, quiet your mind. Step out of the situation at first. Really take a step back and look at all the cards on the table for right now. Not for the next few days, not even for tomorrow sometimes. Just look at the cards that you need to deal with right now, today. Step out, take a look. Then, good old fashioned, prioritize. Honestly, prioritize which one is more important and which one is least important. Which one needs to get done now and why. Classify them. And which is least important. Once you've classified your situation, let's move on to step 3. What can you honestly do about it today? If there isn't anything you can physically do about it today, but you know what you can do about it, write a note beside it. Make a mental note beside it. Card park it for another time. And to be honest, if you know that you can't really do anything about it right there and then really and truly, that isn't the number one priority. Because your number one priority to me should be what you can deal with right now, rather than what you can't deal with right now. So if you're categorizing it and classifying it as number 1, but you don't have a fix for number 1, for that immediate moment, write it down what you need to do, put it to the back of the list. Step 4, repeat step 3. Now, when you find something that you can deal with there and then, at that point in time, or on that day, work towards that. Work towards it, complete it. Once you've completed it, be grateful. You complete it, tick it off, go back to the previous step, pick the next task, and the next task, and the next task. Don't be picking 2 and trying to combine them, being like, I can get them, I can try and, kill 2 birds with one stone. No, because trying to kill 2 birds with one stone is what got you in this stressful state in the first place. So we're not killing 2 birds with one stone. We're just focusing on the task at hand, on what you need to deal with right now. You see, we as people, we like to be victorious over things. We like that feeling of accomplishment. We like the feeling of we've got something done today. So the way you're going to beat stressful times is to beat it with accomplishing something, achieving something in that situation. So if you just task it all out and just focus on one task at a time, then you will feel accomplished. You'll feel all the positive feel-good hormones, endorphins, and everything that from doing, completing something, and then you're going to shift that energy to the new thing, and then you're going to smash that target, and then you're going to shift that combined energy of 2 things you've accomplished in that day onto the next one, onto the next one, and onto the next one. And check this. This is the really cool thing. There are 7 days in a week for a reason. What you can't complete today, you can complete tomorrow. There is a reason why. We stress ourselves because we think we can't complete it tomorrow. But the thing is, if you physically do not have what you need today to complete that task today, there is no point in blowing your mind. There's no point in kicking yourself. There's no point in beating yourself up about it. The truth of the matter is, you cannot deal with it today. But you know what? If you write down what you need, then you could source it tomorrow and then deal with it tomorrow or the day after if it requires it, because there are some tasks or some situations which requires third party, and you can, no matter how hard you try, influence or speed up third party. But what you can do is have everything you're supposed to have that you can do ready, so when third party comes along to do what they need to do, boom, there's another thing solved. So that's how I deal with dealing with certain stressful tasks. Another way to deal with stress is to step out and take time for yourself. I have days where I take time from. I've given myself a whole day where it's just my day, and I detox. I detox my emotions, I detox my body. I just do things that make me feel good, that boost the positive energy that I want to feel. If I want to eat a pizza, I'll have a pizza. If I'm going to go work out, I'll work out and I'll make sure I smash that workout. Take my dog for a walk, go out into nature. You just want to go and do the opposite of what you've been doing already. Go and do the things that make you feel good. It doesn't matter what anybody else has to say. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter anybody else's opinion on it, because it's your stress. You're feeling it. So disconnect, run a bath, get some essential oils, burn some incense, get some candles, do some meditation, do some mantras, do the things that disconnect you from the negative feeling that you're feeling. Take time for yourself. If a computer is running really, really slow, we tend to check how long it's been running before a restart has happened, and then we restart that machine because it needs a break in order for it to be efficient. And that's a computer. And you remember, our brains are like computers. So if you don't rest it and restart it from time to time, by doing something that is different from what it's been doing, then your body will feel it and your spirit will be impacted. And then before you know it, you're in that place again that you don't want to be. So take time away and really look out for yourself. We're in the age of self-care and self-love. And self-care and self-love isn't just pamper days or spa days. Self-love, and it's not just taking yourself on a holiday, because some people can't afford to go on holiday. Some people can't afford spa days. But here's what you can afford. You can afford to go and do something that you normally like doing that doesn't cost a penny. I love the sound of running water. You'll always find me by a waterfall or walking down the canal that's local to me. It brings me at peace. I like being out in the countryside, in nature, considering I was a city boy growing up. But I like that feeling of stillness, and it helps me gather my thoughts. And the term I like using is recalibrating myself and my energy. And I love a good soak. Do you know what I mean? So there's that. There is also meditation. There is also just listening to calming music, feng shui music, or ambient sounds. I have an Alexa device. I like to play ambient sounds. It helps calm myself. So there are a lot of things you can try and do to deal with stress, but it all starts with you. The whole point of, I believe, dealing with stress is to detach yourself from the stressful situation. Avoid people who are going to make you feel stressed. Avoid situations that are going to be stressful. Don't take on more than you can chew. And if anything else, forget about other people's opinions of you, because that could be stressful too. Worrying about what other people will think. Don't worry about that either. Worry about yourself. Look after yourself. Think about yourself. If you burn out, you can't be useful to yourself or anybody else. So my advice for dealing with stress, one, if it's stressful tasks or situations you're dealing with, categorize them and classify which one's more important and which one is less important. Deal with it that way, one at a time. If it's that stressful feeling or emotion, take yourself away from the environment. I learned something the other day. I learned that your feelings, your thoughts control your feelings, and then your feelings control your actions. So when you start thinking about too many things that you need to deal with, then you start feeling stressed or anxious or a kind of way, and then everything you do will trigger that feeling again. And it's like a vicious cycle. So if you start at the top, go all the way back to up here, and just whatever it is, get it up here cleared or classified or categorized in bite-sized chunks that you can deal with. And then that, when you start solving certain tasks one at a time, or when you start to go and do the things that you like to do, thinking of it will, trigger a positive emotion, and then that positive emotion will give you the energy and will influence your actions and the way you behave and the way you do things and the way you approach things, and it'll start to feel a little bit better. Anyway, I hope that's helped. It's helped me, so I'm sharing what I would do with you. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up in the comments below or drop me a message on Instagram at The Life of Richie Rich. Like I always say, live your life one step, one rep at a time. Think strong, be strong, and remember, impossible is nothing. Peace.